All right, let's dive into something that is absolutely critical if you're using Google Ads: keyword match types. Seriously, if you get this right, your campaigns can be incredibly effective. But if you get it wrong, well, you're pretty much just lighting your budget on fire. No joke. So, does this sound familiar to you? You've built what you think is a brilliant campaign. You're spending money, but the clicks you're getting, they're just not coming from the right people, are they? It's a super common and so frustrating problem. But the good news is you absolutely have the power to fix it.
Because the real secret to a much better campaign is all about putting that control right back into your hands. And the key to unlocking that control is understanding a really fundamental concept in Google Ads.
And that concept is keyword match types. So, what are they really? The easiest way to think about them is as a set of instructions. For every single keyword you use, you're giving Google a specific command, telling it exactly how you want it to spend your money. Let's break down what those instructions actually are.
At its very core, a match type is simply a rule. You're telling the system, hey Google, I only want you to show my ad if a search is this close to my keyword. And that one single setting, it determines how wide or how narrow you cast your net.
Now you've got three main types to play with, and each one offers a different balance between reach and precision. We're going to start with the widest, broadest one, and then we'll dial it all the way down to the most targeted.
First up, we have broad match. And you know, the name kind of says it all. This is your cast a super wide net option. It's designed to get your ad in front of the largest possible audience. When you choose broad match, you're basically giving Google maximum flexibility. You're saying, go for it. It'll show your ad for synonyms, for misspellings, and even for searches it just thinks are related to your keyword. The order of the words doesn't matter at all. This means you get maximum exposure, for sure, but that huge reach comes with a pretty significant trade-off and control. Okay, next up is phrase match. This is where you start to rein things in a bit. It's all about finding that balance between getting good reach, but having much more control over who sees your ads. With phrase match, the whole focus shifts to the meaning of your keyword. Your ad can show up as long as the person's search includes the core intent of your phrase, even if they add other words before or after it. It's a fantastic middle ground between sheer volume and true relevance. And finally, we have the sharpshooter of the group. Exact match. When you need surgical precision and you want to eliminate as much guesswork as possible, this is definitely the tool you want to use. Exact match offers you the absolute highest level of control. Your ad is only going to show when the search is essentially identical to your keyword. Now, Google does allow for some very close variations, think plurals or simple rephrasing, but the core search has to be the same. This is for when you know exactly what query you want to capture. This chart just lays out that central trade-off perfectly. You can think of it like a seesaw, right? On one end, broad match gives you super high reach, but very low control. On the complete other end, exact match gives you incredibly high control, but much lower reach. And sitting right there in the middle, nice and balanced, is phrase match. The right choice really just depends on your goals. But here's the catch. Even with the perfect match type, you can still waste money. So let's talk about the single most powerful tool you have for protecting your budget from those totally irrelevant clicks. I want you to meet your new best friend, negative keywords. This isn't about what you want to target, it's about what you explicitly want to avoid. Let me tell you, using these effectively is one of the absolute fastest ways to improve your campaign's efficiency. The easiest way to think about a negative keyword is like a big do not enter sign for Google. You create a list of terms, and if any of those terms pop up in a search, you're basically telling Google, stop, do not show my ad, this person is not my customer. This is such a perfect, practical example. Imagine you sell luxury, expensive shoes. You definitely don't want to pay for clicks from people searching for cheap shoes or discount shoes. So by adding the words cheap and discount as negative keywords, you instantly filter out all that irrelevant traffic and save your budget for people who are actually potential customers. So we've got match types for our offense, and we have negative keywords for our defense. How do we combine them into a winning strategy? Well, the best strategy isn't to just pick one match type and stick with it. It's to use them all together in a cycle. It works like this. First, you start a little broad, maybe with phrase or even broad match, just to discover how people are really searching. Then you analyze your results. You look at the actual search terms that triggered your ads. After that, you refine. You take all the irrelevant search terms and add them as negative keywords to stop wasting money. And for the real gems, the high-performing queries you find, You pull those out and target them with exact match for maximum efficiency. It's this cycle of discovery and refinement that helps you build a truly optimized campaign. Ultimately, all these tools give you the power to sculpt your campaigns with real intention. So the question isn't which match type is best. The real question is, which combination of these strategies is going to best serve your business goals?